Okay, this is Addison Oaks, which is an Oakland County, Michigan um, campground. And the sites are it's pretty small, but this one has a pad, and a number of them have concrete pads. Some of them have gravel here, it looks like. But they have these nice big parking spots for 2 cars next to your site, and lighted posts for, in the evening to light your way, I guess, if you have to go up to the shower and bath houses. And we're on Loop C, which I think is for the maybe under 30-foot units. Looks like there's a group loop E, and then there's group A, B, C, and then D is for your smaller under 20-foot campers and tenters, which is more like back up in these woods here. So little sites, but nice, very level, water and electric hookups. So let's see, there's a post for water and a post for electric with 20, 30, and 50 amps. And then there's quite a lot to do here. There's, a lot of hiking trails and some small lakes. And there's like conference centers and banquet centers here for people who are, interested in having weddings and whatnot here. So anyhow, that's where we're at this week. And probably give a little bit more of an update in the next 1 or 2 days, since we'll be here for 2 nights. So here's a little like rental cabin here at Addison Oaks, and then down there is one of the lakes, a nice weedy little paddling lake. And then over here is the restrooms and bathhouse, very nice. And then this is a hiking trail that goes up along the edge of the lake and then up to the front towards the meeting and banquet areas, and then through a nice trail that goes up some hills and through the woods. So the shower house here is, and restrooms are pretty nice. They're not all that new, but they look like they're fairly clean, and they've got a jug filler for water bottles and recycling here, which a lot of parks that we've been to, I haven't seen those, so that's nice. And then a little place for your bikes, nice bench to sit on while you're waiting for people, and pretty nice walk, well treed in here, and just a pretty nice park overall. And here you can see the restrooms. They're nice and tidy. It looks pretty clean. They have a fresh coat of white paint to make it nice and bright in there. And the showers look equally as clean. So this is cottage number 6 out here. Log cabin or whatever. Really nice. They've got a big covered porch. Sort of looks through the trees over the lake over here. But just a nice little cabin. That I presume is for rent out here. A nice fire pit in the woods, picnic table, etc. Just like a campsite, but then a grill in the ground, it looks like, over there. So all in all, pretty nice little rental unit. And then there's a walking path here that leads to the trails, and I know this because I've walked this the last time we were here. It's like 3.5-mile loop, so pretty nice. All paved like this, just hilly. And then back in the woods here, there's these yurts that you can also rent. Very nice, good size, tucked back in woods, a pretty private area. Nice big deck on there, and looks like a pretty sizable, area around it to use for campfire, etc. And it's still just a really nice shaded trail. It's I don't know, probably in the low 80s now, and super sunny, and you can see it's not that on the trail here. So, and then through, you can get a little peek at the lake through the woods here. Not much of a peek. Very little weedy little lake. It's of course not quite mid-August, but in Michigan, these shallow lakes just get bogged down with weeds and lily pads and whatnot. So, but still pretty. Probably not great for fishing. Well, I just made some really thick cut pork chops in my Dutch oven over here, over the fire, and they turned out okay. Pretty good, I guess. And my wife says it's like camping in the driveway because we have this nice concrete pad here. And of course, we don't have these lovely, trees and whatnot here, but anyhow, it's very nice and quiet, relaxing here. Though I would say it's far from rustic. Anyhow, we're enjoying ourselves. It's just hard to get here. I guess this is probably the worst thing about this place is it's just a difficult place to get to. There's no like direct roads from where we live. If you're from the Detroit area, you can shoot up M24 Telegraph, and you can probably be here lickety split. And same if you're coming out of the Thumb, from like the Lapeer area or something. I'm not sure if you can hear it, but I forgot that they host wedding receptions out here at those big banquet facilities, and then also in some of the like pavilions that you can rent out here. And so I don't know if you hear that bass just thumping here, but obviously they're having a wedding reception and have a DJ out here, and they're just going hard. So I don't. It's not overwhelmingly loud, not like at Metamora, but it's loud enough that you certainly can hear the bass driving, and I do think it goes till 10ish or something like that. Anyhow, just something we'd forgotten about the last time we were here. Saturday nights, you better expect to hear some music. If you've made it this far, thanks for watching the video. Here's a couple of unique trees that we saw at Addison Oaks. We don't know what they are, so drop a comment if you happen to know. Thanks.